Welcome again to 10 things that I hate about your videos. Part 2. If you didn't see the first video, just remember, things that I'm saying doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It just means you're doing something that pisses me off. And I'll do my best to explain why. Doing your videos in a boring and monotone tone of voice. You see, part of the problem with people making YouTube videos is they're not excited about what they're doing. I'm not saying put on a fake emotion, but I'm saying that from an advertising point of view, your video is your product. And you've got to sell your product with some enthusiasm. And that passion, it might not be happiness, it might be anger. Might be sadness. It could be a range of things, whatever it is. Don't try and sell your ideas like this. If you're not excited about what you're doing and what you're selling, why should other people be excited? Excessive use of the zoom function. Thank goodness that people use GoPros and smartphones now, because zooming is not as much of a problem as it used to be. Now this thing is a Sony RX100. It does have a zoom function on the top here, and when I press this button I can zoom. But you know, back in the old days this was a real issue, because people had like the old analog videotape cameras and even like the camcorders. You know, people tend to shoot on point and shoots now, and cell phones and GoPros. Why is this a problem? It's a problem because zooming is a mechanical effect of the camera. It is not a normal function of the human eye. We can't zoom. It's unnatural. This is exactly the same problem as the disgusting and obscene lens slap. Okay, you're drawing attention to the camera. Okay, the camera is supposed to represent the eyes of another person. That is what the camera is. Stop talking to your camera and looking at your camera as if it's a prop. That's another person. You need to respect it as another person. This kind of nonsense, spinning cameras around, okay, that's actually disrespectful to the viewer. At least I feel it is. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. The point is, you can't draw attention to the camera itself, because the camera represents another person, another person's eyes. So things like spinning the camera, the lens slap, or allowing wind to blow against the microphone, or splashing mud or water onto the lens, or letting the sunshine shine through into the lens, creating the lens flare, all these things draw attention to the camera. You should not be drawing attention to the camera. Any cinematographer will tell you this. Don't do it. Stop doing it. For God's sake, please. And all I can say is that if you're a vlogger and you're doing this crap, I won't keep watching your videos forever, because it drives me up the wall. Excessive use of time-lapse.
Or excessive use of slow motion.
Yeah, you have to strike a balance between what is natural for the viewer and what is stylistic. And this is my whole problem with gimmicks in filmmaking. I am very classically trained when it comes to filmmaking. Back in 1997 I was learning how to operate a radio station with cassette tapes and CDs. MP3 didn't even exist. Social media didn't even exist. And at the end of the day, if you strip away all of the gimmicks, you're left with something that is natural. And that is what the audience wants, what the audience responds to. So if you fill up your video with a whole lot of clouds and a whole lot of people moving in the background, there's no meaning to it. By all means, if you want to do it a little bit, do it a little bit. I do it a little bit. But don't fill up your entire video with it. If 50% of your content is time-lapse or slow motion, I think you need to rethink your content. Rambling about mundane details not relevant to your video. Oh my God. God, there are some VidMe and YouTube people that do this, and when I see it, I cringe, I click back, I don't watch more than 20 seconds of your video when I see and hear this shit. As I said in a previous video, your video needs to have some kind of meaning. You need to strive for that. We don't always achieve it, but strive for it. You know, the meaning comes from community content, education, or entertainment. There needs to be something of value there. And what you're putting into your video needs to be related to that, whatever the topic is, whatever the theme is. This video is about what pisses me off about what you put into your videos. I'm not going to go telling you about what I had for breakfast. I'm not going to tell you about how much it cost to fix my car. I'm not going to tell you about, being late to get to work. All this kind of crap. Keep it relevant, please. Hopefully by this point in the video my running time is not too long. Hopefully it's still under 10 minutes. The last thing in my little list of gripes here is excessive length. Oftentimes when I make videos, I will end up splitting them into two parts because I don't want to make the video far too long. People have short attention spans, and especially in this day and age of the digital media where attention spans are measured in nanoseconds. Back in the days of, ordinary television, you would tune into your analog TV broadcast and that was what you had to watch. You didn't have much choice. You had a few channels, but you had to sit through the advertisements. There were no shortcuts. Audience retention was forced upon you. These days, you've got more choice. People are not paying you with their money, but they're paying you with their time, and their time is precious and valuable. So I don't want to take up as much of your time as possible, which is why, I'm going to use whatever words I need to tell my story, and then end it, just like now. So please, stop making your videos so goddamn long.